Hi guys, Shopper back once again with another Mint Unboxed, and we're starting a brand new little mini series here as I take a look at Bionicle's Skullomania, or rather just these new skull enemies from LEGO Bionicle 2015. And of course we have Skullbasher and Skull Scorpio, and let's have a look at these guys when they're all built up. Now, Skull Scorpio is a really weird looking guy. He's nothing like his brothers. Whereas they're all bipedal and follow a typical skeleton theme. This guy is just a boss-ass scorpion. And while he may not look it, he has the most amount of parts for his set, coming in at around 107, and that includes the Pohatu mask. Now, in a neat feature, the golden masks included with the skulls are being drained of power. So as you can see, they're a little transparent. They're a little like the Protector helmets, but because they're all gold and the primary colour, they're not great. Well, Pohatu especially is not great. He comes off as like a sickly yellow rather than like brown. But then again, gold looks pretty brown anyway. It's not a cool mask, always a cool mask, but not a great colour scheme. Now, Skull Scorpio, his legs do not move. They are solid. But look at that mean mush. And I can always pop it off with the... Oh, that looks ridiculous. Now I've lost his mask. Come on, pal. Let's put your face back on, because God, that Terminator face does not look good on you. He's got cool grabby pincers that like to pop off. And he's got some cool movement there. Now, the main play feature, of course, is this big thing back here. And it's got its own pivot, and it is his tail pincer. And it's all geared up. So all you have to do is ha. You go back a bit and you go ha. But it's a very loose. It feels impotent. Like, it'll snap together quite well, but if you put anything there, it'll bounce off harmlessly. So I guess in that respect, no little kid's going to hurt themselves, but at the same time it feels weak. Skull Scorpio's alright, but it's not the best one. Now, Skull Basher, on the other hand, is ready to charge headlong into his Toa enemies. He's astoundingly butch and beefy. But he comes in at one of the smaller piece counts with just 72. But because of his colour scheme, it's pretty obvious he's going to be facing off against Onua. That's right, muscle for muscle. And this one's a pretty cool mask. But, yeah, I'm not a big fan of it personally. It's just a hockey mask, really. But then again, a lot of the Bionicle masks are hockey masks, so yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Basher himself is quite fiddly, mainly because, just like all the other Bionicle, they have an action feature, and his is probably the weakest, and that's saying something because everyone else seems to have the same one. Angle that up a little. There we go. He's got an impressive horn. Impressive horn length. And shaky shoulders. Because if you press button, it's a cool action feature because it's different, but it ends up you swinging his arms madly like that. Ah! And then, and his axes get caught. But yeah, I really like Skullbasher. He's pretty fun. He looks pretty menacing at least, and I love that chest detail. And his face, even though it's exactly the same as Skull Scorpio's. Skull Basher and Skull Scorpio are pretty solid additions to the Bionicle line, especially given how poor the Skull Spiders were. Like, you had one big enemy, and he wasn't even that big if you remember my review. But these guys, these have got heft, they've got chunk, they can fight one-on-one against any Toa and come out victorious if they're gold masks or anything to go by. So, yeah, these are brilliant. You can pick them up from most good toy retailers for around $12.99 a piece. But we're not done with Skullomania just yet, as we have to take a look at the other two members of the Skulls unit.